Tell Ron I said hold on just a minute when he comes. Welcome to Knoxville Wrestling Talk. You know, we got a lot of things to talk about, and if you like old school wrestling, what you need to do is pick up the phone and call your next door neighbor, and you tell them that the K-Town Dad is live right here tonight in your house. And you know, James, you know, you talk about old school. Just in a few minutes, we're going to show you some old school right down here. That's what TMW is all about, man. We've been the longest wrestling promotion that's ever been right here in Knoxville, and they can't nobody follow TMW. Everybody wants to, but they can't. The reach arounds has got to be looking at the K-Town Daddy live, baby. But let me tell you something, James. I think this is a big thing. I hear a lot of people around town talking about this benefit show that we're going to help this officer. Man, let me tell you something. When anybody out there gets sick and when family needs help, who do they call? They call TMW because, you know, we're the longest wrestling promotion that's ever helped the people right here in Knoxville,
Tennessee.
Right.
They know we'll be there to help.
Well, you know, we got a lot of people, and, you know, wrestling fans. If you're not a wrestling fan, we like to ask everybody to come out because we got some real special guests. We're going to be talking about that in a few minutes. But, you know, what we're going to do, you know, on November the 26th, man, at 7:30, that's when the thing is. And now, right down here, man, you see old school wrestling. You know, that's the big thing that we're trying to do in Knoxville next year, and it's going to be soon. But you know, James, when you talk about old school wrestling, you know, and I think on this benefit show, man, we're getting. You said last week that we're going to get somebody out of retirement, and you know, can you go ahead and break the news to the people right here?
I was going to wait till next week, but I think right now is a good time to do it. This man been a champion in TMW. He's coming out of retirement, the Gladiator.
I thought he was already gone. I mean, I thought he was washed up through.
Well, he's going to be here on the 26th at Holston Middle School, and he said for you to be in the corner and bring your best man because he's got a manager. He wouldn't tell me who it was yet, but he's got a manager that can take care of you, and if you try to interfere in the match, he wants your best guy one-on-one in the ring with you in the corner, and he's got a special surprise. I
can promise you, I can make phone calls. I can get anybody I want. I'll promise you. Because let me tell you something. It ain't nothing about the money. It's about the phone calls. Who can you pick up the phone, Terry, and get in right here? You know, in a few minutes we're going to have late Ron in here just in a few minutes. He's always late. And old lady won't let him out but 30 minutes at a time. But anyway, you know, the thing about it, and you know, we're trying to work out some girl match, man, where girls get hit with bottles and smacked down and beat down and everything. I mean, you know, we're going to try to have a girls match. I mean, that's what we want to do. You know what I mean? But you know, if you like old school wrestling and you want to come out, you can come out. But you know, it's not about the wrestling, man. And by the way, you need to go ahead and tell them what you said last week. If I donate money to this officer to help him, man, you're going to shine my shoes, right?
Yes, I will. If you donate money to help, I will shine your shoes. Right in the middle of the ring, wherever it takes, whatever.
You know, I'm going to donate something. I didn't say, you know. Well, it might be funny money. I mean, you don't know.
No, it has to be real money.
I mean, I think I got. I might have $1 on me. I mean, you know, it don't matter. It don't matter. But hey, let me tell you something. Everybody needs to call that 865-973-8092. But, you know, the thing about it, you know, that's what TMW is all about, man. We go out and we help people, man. We've got, you know, and I'd like to let everybody know we will be in the Christmas parade. This year will be number 29. We will have a wrestling match going down once again, second year, Gay Street. You a referee yet, ain't you?
I'll referee that night.
I think I'm going to get a microphone. I'm going to chew them all out going down through there. But I promise you, we're going to have a good match this year.
That was a lot of fun last year. Going down Gay Street and all the people. That was a real good match, real good show.
Oh man! But you know, we got another one. We ain't going to announce where we're going to be at.
Yeah.
But you know, we got to keep it low profile. Everybody wants to follow in behind K-Town. You know, and plus the TMW. But you know, you wrestling fans can call 215-2288. Talk to us live. But you know, or you can call the wrestling hotline, hit it on Facebook, and you know, look right here. Do you recognize this guy right here that's wrestling this guy? He's old school and he's from Knoxville, Tennessee. Who is that right there? Deke Rivers.
Yeah, sure.
Look right here. He's a local, and look at him. They're calling in now. They want to talk to K-Town Daddy, and I tell you what, Deke Rivers never knew that he ever wanted to be in. He didn't know if he wanted to wrestle. He didn't know if he wanted to be Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
I mean that's the thing about it. You know, if you're wrestling fans, if you're from Knoxville, Tennessee, this is one of our local guys, and we're going to make sure that he'll be on this show right here. You know, but that's the thing about it, man. I mean, we're trying to do the best, and you know, when you see old school wrestling right here in Knoxville, Tennessee, you know, James, can you tell us some of the guys that's going to be on there?
Oh, no, Jamie Gibson is going to be here. With
Jamie Gibson.
Jamie Gibson will be here. Hillbilly Joe will be in there. Pee Wee.
What about the heavyweight champion?
Jimmy Golden will be there.
I mean, I understand that Jimmy Golden's coming in, but you know this
We got the Gladiator with that special.
Yeah, but you know, everybody's watching this right here on TV right now. This is an old legend from Knoxville, Tennessee, Deke Rivers right now. You know, we just want everybody to know, you know. And, you know, Deke Rivers has been around the block or two.
Yeah, he has.
I mean, he's got a couple idiots in the business. That's what's wrong today. But, you know, Deke has been around the business a lot. He got trained the hard way. I mean, you know, if these guys would have gotten the business when Deke Rivers got into business, these guys would have put a diaper on and got their bottle and went on to the house. But you know, the thing about it, you know, old Ray Candy right here. I mean, he's big old boy right here, and you know, this is old school wrestling. Mm-hmm. You know, if you want to talk to us live, you can call in and talk to us 215-2288, and let's take a call. Hello.
Hello?
Hey, what are you doing there, Black Snake?
How you doing, Knoxville, Randall?
What's going on, Black Snake?
Nothing much, man. What you think about Ray Candy and Deke Rivers, the legendary Deke Rivers on TV?
Well, you know, that's what TMW is all about, baby. We got the old tapes right here that's come down. How do you like the new setup?
He's pretty old, right? Hey, Ray Candy's dead now.
Ray Candy's passed away, and I tell you, he was a legend, man. I mean, you know, but you know,
Big point.
You know, you got to think about, you know, when Deke Rivers, you know, he's been in this business.
I think about Deke Rivers. He was one part of Memphis Mafia.
Yeah, he was one of the Memphis Mafia. He got the Memphis Mafia up off the K-Town Daddy. The K-Town Daddy wanted to give him that name, but you know, the thing about it, you know, this right here is some of the old tapes. Doug Vines and Jeff Sword right here with Mr. Wrestling 2 has passed away.
Yeah.
Well, I can say y'all got the best wrestling in Knoxville.
Well, you know, you got to get with the best and leave the rest alone. You know, when you're Showtime and you're the real deal, and I'm in your house, you know, what else can you see on Wednesday night as pretty as this?
I'll be out there Friday, man.
You be out there when? Friday? Oh, you gonna come a day early, ain't you?
So when y'all having it?
Saturday night on the 26th.
I might come out this Saturday then.
No, I want you to come Friday. Hey, listen, I want you to come Friday, camp out, and then get ready for Saturday, okay?
Well, you know I can't do that. I need some sticker bars.
We'll get you some chicken. We're gonna get you some chicken and get you some barbecue. You'll go with it. You'll stay out there.
He's wanting to get a good seat. He's going to get there real early.
Oh man. But you know, let's go to this tape right here, guys. Let's go to this, and then we'll be right back. So y'all sit down in your house right here, and we're going to show you some good old school wrestling right now. Let's go to that. Let's show them the whole screen.
From Paradise Valley, Arizona. We talked about upper body and lower body. He's got a set of legs on him. Looks like a former athlete himself.
He didn't make a grand entrance. He got hung up over the top rope, tried to make that good entrance to kind of get a little momentum on 2. But 2 took control of it and got the arm barred behind him, and Magnum TA takes over.
Magnum TA with a hammerlock.
You know, Jim, one of the things that always tells, a nice Bauman carry takedown by Magnum, one of the things that always tells about a good tag team is just working together, and it just takes time to develop that. But this chemistry between 2 and Magnum TA may be just what it takes to team up and make a good tag team combination.
Well, as Reeser Bowden said earlier, and we mentioned that Hacksaw Butch Reed and Jim the Animal Neidhart were one of the top tag teams in the country, if not the top tag team in the country, being the Mid-South Tag Team Champions. I've got to believe that once Mr. Wrestling 2 and Magnum TA get a little bit of experience and seasoning together, that they're going to be right up there with them. And that was a tremendous forearm, very explosive. Magnum TA is a very explosive individual, and Jeff Sword is in the wrong territory if he's looking for some friendly surroundings.
You know, Magnum is built exceptionally well, good upper body strength, good strong leg power, but he also has one other asset, Jim, that I think probably sets him apart from everybody else, his quickness. He's just so quick when he gets into that ring. He can be around you like a cat.
And you talk about quickness, when Mr. Wrestling number 2 gets ready to unleash that $1 million knee lift, it can come anytime, anywhere. So you've just got a great compatible combination. Into that wrist lock, taking him over, elevating the man over. So Doug Vines is in a dire predicament now at the hands of Mr. Wrestling 2, as their strategy, it looks like, Buddy, from the outset here, is that they're working over those arms. They're attacking. It's a very interesting game that some of these individuals play. Their strategy that is implemented, and their strategy, it would appear, is to work on the arms. Sometimes it's the leg, the head, whatever they feel like a weak spot might be, and they're really taking it to Doug Vines, but he's fighting right back. He's a Huntsville, Alabama native, and he's a tiger.
You know, one of the things that impresses me about Wrestling 2, every time he goes out, regardless of who he wrestles, and Magnum TA right now is in control of the match with Vines, but Wrestling 2 is probably one of the best fundamentalist wrestlers you'll ever find. He knows every hole, knows how to get into it and get out of a lot of them.
Well, that move right there, you can see the coaching of Mr. Wrestling number 2 coming forth on Magnum TA. Cowboy Bill Watts has sat in our chair many times and compared Mr. Wrestling 2 to a pit bulldog. He grabs the hold and he holds on. That maneuver was, to me, the coaching of Mr. Wrestling 2 is coming forth on Magnum TA already. Their association the last couple of weeks, I'm sure they spent many long sessions together. Now, Jeff Sword, that's a big, powerful man from Arizona. Jeff Sword, he's got that arm. He's retaliating right against 2. Look at that move. Drop toe hold, escape out of the maneuver, controlling the man, almost threw him through the ropes. And 2 in the corner now, tags in Magnum TA.
We saw Sword last week in a very impressive match, but this week he's teaming up with a tag team in Doug Vines. But right now, he and Vines really have all they want with Magnum TA and Wrestling 2, as Magnum has him on his back, Jeff Sword, that is, on his back in the middle of the ring. Drops down on that arm, and that is a painful move right there. It doesn't look like much, but it sure shoots a pain up that shoulder.
He's wrenching that arm, and he's taking it against the grain. Anytime you lock it in, like Magnum's right arm has got that elbow locked in, tucked in underneath, and then the left arm on top for leverage. He's got that weight on top of it, too, so he's really wrenching down on that thing, and that has been their strategy from the outset. So I'm very impressed with what I have seen thus far with this new tag team of Mr. Wrestling number 2 and Magnum TA.
You can tell it's not been a haphazard get-together. You can tell that they've put some time together in the gym.
Watch that. That knee lift right to the arm. I didn't mean to interrupt you there, buddy, but he was getting set to that thing. You can see it's almost like the electricity flows through the air when he gets ready to go with that bionic knee lift. I've heard it called the bionic knee lift, the $1 million knee lift. And Jeff Sword is in a bad place right now because that knee's cocked.
And he really knows it's coming, and Sword is trying to stay out of the way, but he's right now in a corner and trying to work himself out. You know, what we always see, usually, Wrestling 2 go with that knee lift to the chest, but that time he went to the underarm area and really laid it on him good, and Sword is really glad to get out of there and let Doug Vines have him for a while.
Well, Doug Vines has had his share of Wrestling 2 and Magnum TA in this encounter, and he's back in there for some more. Body tackle. Down goes Mr. Wrestling 2. High backdrop, the elevation. Mr. Wrestling 2 elevated Vines, arm drag takedown, and right back to that arm. That pit bulldog nature of Mr. Wrestling 2 coming forth. Now Magnum TA, Terry Allen coming down, and buddy, they're really taking it to these guys.
Well, you could see Terry Allen really grit his teeth when he came off that second rope to put the pressure on that thing, and Doug Vines quickly over to tag out to Jeff Sword. So it'll be Sword in the blue trunks against Magnum TA in the black. And again,
it's going to be interesting, buddy, down through the weeks. If we, Mr. Wrestling 2 was talking about teaching Magnum TA that knee lift. It's going to be interesting to see how that transpires and how a lot of things transpire.
Right there it is, wrestling fans, some old school wrestling. You know, wrestling fans, we asked everybody to call in, and we want to make sure everybody calls in and talk about old school wrestling. And we've got an old school wrestling fan on the phone right now. You was talking while we was showing the tape. Can you name some of them wrestlers that you asked about? Just rename them. Now you're cutting out. You're cutting out, honey.
I'm sitting down. I'm being still.
Okay, go.
Robert Fuller.
Okay, he's still living. He's not wrestling no more. Go ahead.
Jimmy Golden.
Jimmy Golden will be at Holston Middle School next Saturday night. Not this Saturday. Next Saturday night, we're having a benefit show for Officer, and we're trying to help him. Trying to help his family. Now, who else?
Okay, Joe LaDuke.
Joe LaDuke has passed away.
Boris Malenko.
Boris Malenko's passed away.
Oh, Kevin Sullivan.
Kevin Sullivan's living in Florida. He'll be in Knoxville next year wrestling.
Are you serious?
Yes.
How awesome is that? And I know that Bob Orton is like big time now, but back in the day, he was one of the top wrestlers that came here every Friday at the Coliseum or over at the Jacob Building. It was just wild. Ronnie Garvin, it was just totally awesome.
Well, that's what old school, and that's why we try to keep it old school right here in Knoxville. Have you ever been to a TMW show?
Never in my life.
Well, you need to come out. Are you on Facebook?
No.
Huh?
No.
Well, you need to go to Facebook. If you want to see some old, you talk about these guys. Do you remember some of the tapes of Ronnie Garvin and Bob Orton and Randy Savage and all of them wrestled?
Oh, my gosh, yes. Blood and chairs and brass knuckles were everywhere.
Okay, what you need to do is go to All-Star Wrestling from Knoxville on Facebook.
Okay.
And look it up and just go down through there and you can see some of the old pictures, some of the old tapes that happened right here in Knoxville.
Sounds good to me.
It's got Boris Malenko on there, and then you asked about somebody else was at our Legend show. Wildfire Tommy Rich?
Wildfire Tommy Rich.
Tommy Rich was at our Legend show, and now Tommy Rich is on Facebook too. You could get a hold of him on that.
Okay.
But you need to make sure that you call a friend or somebody and look at all that old stuff up.
I'm still with my dad. He's a wrestling fan too. How about that?
Your dad was a wrestling fan?
He sure is, still is. Watches it every night that it's on. Got his old wrestling tapes and everything. So.
Does he have some real old tapes? You there?
I'm here.
Does he have some real old tapes?
He's got some real old tapes.
Hey, will you call the wrestling hotline and leave his number, your number, so we can contact? Because we might be looking for some. We've got a bunch of old tapes, but we try to show old tapes up here week after week, and we've still got a bunch. But we might have. Does he have any of Ron and Don?
Ron and Don Wright?
Yeah.
I'm quite. He does when they were doing the wheelchair stunt and all that stuff.
You're cutting out. You're cutting out right there a little bit, honey.
Okay, did you hear me?
No, I didn't hear you.
I said, I'm sure he does when they were doing the wheelchair stunt.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was back in Smoky Mountain.
What'd you say?
Back in Smoky Mountain?
No, it was something different. It was like, I can't remember.
Southeastern?
Southeastern.
Southeastern only got a good run here for a few years, and then they had to pack their bags and leave because of the big split up.
No, sweetie, I'm talking about the late 70s, like 77, 78.
That's what I'm talking about, Southeastern. Yeah, that's when the Southeastern was here. Because I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the split up in '79 that Bob Orton, Ronnie Garvin, Malenko, Randy Savage, Ron Wright, Don Wright, the Assassin, and there was a big split up because of Ron Fuller, what he done in the Knoxville Coliseum. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I don't. I just remember that things were never the same after that.
No, it sure ain't. I mean, well, it's not the same today. It's worse. You got guys in the business that, because they got a pair of boots and a pair of tights, they're wrestlers. Or wrestling promoters because they got a ring and a trailer, they're wrestling promoters.
That's not what's up, and you guys are there to let us know what's really going on, and I appreciate your talk show. I got your hotline number. It's 973-8092. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can check that out all the time. It's always getting changed and everything, but make sure if you try to tell your friends and your family and everything, if you don't have nothing to do on that Saturday night, try to come out to Hostin and see some old school wrestling.
I'll do it.
All right, thank you.
And I'll also get with you about those tapes.
Yeah, make sure about that, because that's very important about that. Okay.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right. That right there was a good call, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
true wrestling.
That's what it is, man. Old school wrestling. That's what we're showing right here. Can you tell us a little bit who all this is right here?
This is Bob Orton.
I believe what she
was Bob Orton.
Bob Orton.
Yeah.
The one-man game right here. Old school wrestling, man. Let's see if we can take another call. Hello.
Yeah, I'm calling
About the what?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Just don't move around. I don't know if it's.
How about Ronnie Garvin?
Yeah. What about Ronnie Garvin?
It's great to be here, Jim Ross. They may need tapes of it.
Tapes of it.
Do we have any tapes of Ronnie Garvin?
Can you hear me?
Barely.
Stand right there. Okay, go ahead now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Kiss my.
Oh no, you tell your mother to do that. By the way, she's probably going to be down here on Gay Street because I'm going to be walking down through there. Hey, I tell you what you do. Come up there at 6100 Washington Pike here in a little while. See what you say to me, okay?
This is Big Bubba Rogers.
I know him, don't I? Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't know this. He got his last match right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. The Big Boss Man against me at Chill Highway Park. Somebody did not show up that night, and they wanted to. Hello. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to shout out to my sister, my mama, Leah DeBrell, Tanya Logan. I want to give a shout out to my granddaddy, FOE.
Yeah, Granddaddy. What's up, Granddaddy? We know you watching. Everybody wants to give a shout out when the K-Town Daddy is on, but this right here is the Big Boss Man. We lost Big Boss Man, I think it was 05, 07. Man,
2005 maybe.
I think it was 2005. I might be wrong on that. We need to look that up. But the last time that I did get a phone call, and Bob Orton said he was coming back to Knoxville. He was going to do some shows here with TMW, and had a heart attack and passed away right there in his house on Tuesday. I do know it was a Tuesday night. Big Boss Man did pass away somewhere around 10:30. I do remember that because I got a phone call right after that. But we never know. We never promise the next minute, and everybody better be ready to go. But the thing about it, we got a bunch of new guys and stuff in this business, man. We got a bunch of new talent coming to Knoxville, Tennessee, and it's been a low profile about what's going on because, it's time to make a change. That's the only thing Carson, you're trying to make the change, and I'm telling you. So you're going to tell me next Wednesday night who the manager's going to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you next Wednesday night who's the manager of
The Gladiator. And I'm gonna and I'll tell you what. Let's do this. You're gonna tell me who the manager's gonna be, and I'm gonna tell you who the wrestler's gonna be wrestling.
That sounds fair.
So if you want to wait a week, I'll wait a week. I mean, I've already got them, baby. I'm gonna tell you, showtime.
Well, Gladiator wanted me to make sure that I told you that he wanted you in the corner because the person he's got as his manager will take care of you.
Oh Lord! Hello.
That's some old school wrestling, man.
You like that old school wrestling? He said he likes that old school wrestling, man. He said, man, they all, that's the thing about it, man. When you talk about, old school wrestling, man, that's what we do, man. We try to bring it in. You know what I mean? Is that what you say there,
yeah,
Carson?
Try to keep it.
I mean, that's just the way it is. Make that call. We take it all right here. We make that call. We make it all. What you laughing about, man? Call me.
That's right.
We dare you to call us, man. They love it, man, don't they? They call it in there. Hello.
Hey, I want to give another.
Well, wait a minute. You're going to keep on. We're going to ask you to come on downtown and let you see the big fine studio right here. I mean, we're going to have to get you. Well, I'll tell you what. You come out there on the 26th. We'll let you get on the microphone, shout out to everybody all the way to the east side. What do you think?
That's right.
Or she can get her show on CTV.
Oh, man. I mean, you can do it all.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, whatever you want to do, But, you talk about this old school right here, these boys right here, they doing it, man.
Make the call that takes care of it all.
Your phones are lighting up.
I mean, man, that's what it is, man. When you want to make that call, you go ahead and call us right here. Let's take another call. Hello.
Hello?
074. Go ahead, 07.
Hi.
Yeah. Who is this? This is Knoxville Police Department. Can I help you? Oh, let me correct that. Knoxville Sheriff Department. Can I help you? Oh, he got scared. I bet he had a 10-29. I bet he had warrants on him. That's why he hung up, man. God. He got scared there, didn't he? Let's take this 21-22. Hello. Hello.
Is Scott Hall still living?
Who?
Scott Hall, yes. He's still alive.
You like Scott Hall? She likes Scott Hall.
Yeah. They recently had a documentary on him on ESPN. He's not in the best shape right now.
Well, I tell you, man, we've had a lot of good wrestlers, just pass away.
Make the call that takes care of it all.
Whoa, hey! We'd like to let all the family know that this right here is got blood in it. If you want to cut your TV off, I did not know that right there. Hey guys, let's cut that off, fold it up a little bit because I didn't know that tape right there. Old school. We'd like to break the news that this tape right here has been. We got to go up a little bit, get this match over with. And, but when you talk about old school wrestling, man, y'all can call in right now. Hello.
Hey, that is us. Y'all still got tapes of Ronnie Garvin?
Tapes of Ronnie Garvin?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got tapes of Ronnie Garvin. You want to see some old tapes of Ronnie Garvin right here? Hey, cut your TV down in your house, boy. I know who you are over behind the bonding company.
No, you ain't fat.
See?
Doesn't think you know him.
Yeah, I know him. Called him out.
We'll call him out after
Pushing
the
his old
show.
lady around the wheelchair. Up and down Magnolia. He knows who he is. 8748. Hello.
Hey, Terry, it's Brother Love.
Who?
Brother Love.
What's up, Brother Love?
How you doing, Terry?
What's going on? Talk to me. Right there's Ronnie Garvin. Go ahead.
Hey, Ronnie.
Ronnie Garvin and Bob Orton Jr. The lady just called in here. She's going to see an old school wrestling match right there. And right there's Easy, man. Easy was one of the guys that come to our Legend show this year, man, at the Tennessee Valley Fair. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You guys think you're wrestlers and you're watching this show, you might go to school tonight because of what you see right down here. This is old school wrestling. Some of this young generation don't know about. Now, you look right here, Ronnie Garvin, he's just playing around with him, got him right there in the corner right there. I know y'all don't know what about that. If you'll look right here, you'll check out some old school wrestling now. They said, how did he do it? Now, did you see that reverse right there that Bob Orton did on him? Ronnie Garvin told him to come on and get you some. Now, this is old school wrestling. You guys might learn something if you watch this right here. Yeah, that's what it's all about right there now. And look at Bob. Look at Ronnie Garvin. He's trying to play with him, man. Yeah. And, you know, a lot of people don't know nothing about it. I mean, these guys right here packed the houses.
Yes, they do.
Everywhere that they went, man. That's what old school wrestling is. Hey guys, can we take this to and let's see it on the big screen right here? Can we take this and let's see this because we want the people to see it. So sit down in your house. Let's watch this right here for a minute.
Now working on Bob Orton Jr. There has been over the years a lot of hostilities worked up between these two, between Orton and Garvin.
Yeah, big rivalry. Garvin has dominated this match with that front face lock, and now Orton's finally got out of it, showing a little bit of the wear and tear. The collar and elbow hook up, and Orton backs him into the blow. There's the head right to the midsection of Ronnie Garvin.
Just using the trunks to get a little leverage on Garvin that time.
Yeah, it's trying to help the momentum of that midsection right into the head. And
against the turnbuckle, and the whole ring shook on that one.
Now this Bob Orton Jr. is knowing the method. Watch this. He's got unbelievable tendon strength. Oh, neckbreaker. Can you believe that, John? I tell you.
It has to be, you have to endure a lot of pain for a wrestler, and that is something that there's not a lot of men can walk away is that backbreaker.
Right. Every time I look at that Bob Orton Jr. in that ring, I have to shirk inside myself because I've had the misfortune or fortune to go against that man. And it's not that I'm afraid of him, it's just that anybody who has to go in the ring against Bob Orton Jr., well, that's your tough luck.
Well, you have to figure when he puts you up and holds you over his head, you're about 7 feet in the air, coming down on his knee.
I can say the same thing about Ronnie Garvin, though. There is no man to be taken lightly. And you...
The whole ring shakes when they go to the mat like that.
There's a cover going for the body press.
Couple of counts, but Garvin kicks out. He's taking a lot of punishment.
Look at the determination on Ronnie Garvin's face.
But he can take a lot more.
Ronnie Garvin started out as a street fighter from Montreal. Well, he's really powering into the man, going into the smaller back. Ronnie Garvin holding onto the ropes. And then he comes back and retaliates with a big punch of his own. Turning into a slugfest now. And I believe Garvin's finally getting the upper hand.
Slams Orton's head into the turnbuckle.
Oh, did you hear that? Kick right to the chest.
Garvin comes back, though.
I believe that ring is going to go.
I told you. That the whole ring just vibrates when they hit the turnbuckle over the mat. Orton still had enough in him to get out of the way of that arm drop.
What a hard-fought mess this is. That Ronnie Garvin, he's a powerhouse, no question about it.
Both these men are powerhouses. Tremendous amount of strength.
There he has the front face lock. That's the hold that dominated right when it began. And now it's the hold he's got right now. Putting all his weight on that face. You can see the way he's got all chanceried up.
Orton's got his leg over the rope. He makes him break the hold. Now Orton gets out of the ring. I think he's had it up for a minute. But here comes Garvin following him out.
Action outside the ring now.
Knock your head off, Ho. But Orton counters. They're down on the mat. Not worried about getting back in the ring at this point. And now Garvin just throws Orton back into the ring. Comes in after it.
I don't think that was a run at all. That was from out of right field.
The referee now is trying to make Orton back up so Garvin can get back into the ring. But Orton is not real anxious about doing that. I think Garvin gets up and just walks over the ring.
Both men realize the importance of this match. A win on this international all-star wrestling for either man would be very prestigious. And there's a lot at stake right here in this.
There certainly is.
Both of these men have challenged Randy Macho Man Savage for the international belt.
Well, that's one of the good things about international all-star wrestling is that you can issue a challenge like that, and the person who holds the belt has to accept it.
That's right. And there's absolutely no way you can be a closet champion in international all-star wrestling because, look at that.
You have to defend your title.
Oh, boy.
Orton went all the way up on the top rope and crashed back down to the mat.
Oh, and Garvin's
just picking Bob Orton up like he's a hamburger or something and throwing him against the ropes. Now he's going to throw it against the turnbuckle again. Orton is on the outside of the ring. Garvin's going to drag him over now over the top and flex. And the ring is still shaking. It's a 2 count, but that's all. Bob Orton Jr. still has something left in him.
It was close, John. Well, I'll tell you the truth, John. This is a hard-fought match. Both these men are really in there giving it all they have. There's a variation of the sleeper, but it's not a sleeper because his forearm is not on the carotid artery. He's got it instead on the chin. That's right. He's trying to.
He's really working on that chin.
Make him give. Come on.
He's using the chin as a natural handle.
I believe there's a slapper. It's Ronnie Garvin getting into a little talk fest there. Orton using the hair now of Garvin. And it looks like he's got his thumb in his eye. The referee didn't see the thumb, I don't think.
Well, the referee's doing a tremendous job, and it's very hard for him to catch all the action. He's a man of tremendous coordination, and I think the fans are just in awe of both of these men. Just a great thing.
Ben, that could be it. But Bob Orton still comes out, has some strength left, believe it or not. The punishment that these two men have dished out to each other is really phenomenal.
It's been an exciting match. There's a headbutt. I think Ronnie Garvin got the worst of that. Oh, kick to the face. That was great. That Ronnie, boy, he's a popular wrestler. A lot of fans.
Almost everybody likes Ronnie Garvin.
Reverse back suplex.
Boy, that ring is taking a punishment just about as bad as the wrestlers has in this match. And now here's Orton up on the second rope. Here he comes down. Garvin gets out of the way. Oh, that's got to hurt.
It's one of those matches that's
Hester.
Fun to watch, but not too much fun to be in.
Oh, I can imagine. He's a brisk, but Orton still has some strength left over.
Ronnie Garvin, but it was to no avail.
And Garvin is going to close now. The referee says ring the bell.
Yeah, ring the bell.
That's what happens. Ronnie Garvin is the winner, it looks like. And that's it. On Slapovich right now has him over to the rope. And Bob Orton has a chain, and he has just hit Ronnie Garvin in the head with that chain. The match is over, though. The referee says the winner is Ronnie Garvin, and you can see the blood on Ronnie Garvin's head. There's another punch with the chain to the head of Ronnie Garvin. The match is over. Garvin is the winner. But Bob Orton continues to punch Ronnie Garvin in the face with that chain. The match is over.
Come on, let's get him out of there.
This is unbelievable. And he just keeps on punching the head.
You heard it.
Well, that's right, and the referee, Tommy Gilbert in the ring. This is for the Mid-South titles, a rather unusual turn of events. Sweet Tan and Doc accepting by verbal contract for next week. Average today, right here on Mid-South, it is for the Mid-South tag titles. Wendell Cooley and Alex Perez against Dr. Death and Bruiser Bob Sweet Tan. One ball or television time remaining. We've got standby matches waiting. Takedown by Al Perez. Dr. Death, a four-time All-American, tries to set up, and Perez blocking him. Back up, even. I've never seen any man, ever, that could ride Dr. Death and keep him down. Even the world's champion, Bruce Baumgartner, gold medal winner in the Olympics, only beat Dr. Death 3-1. Ed Bannock, Lou Bannock, who won the gold medal at 220 in the Olympics. Dr. Death beat him his senior year in Iowa State in the semifinals of the national tournament. So Doc can walk tall when it comes to skill and technique. He'd much rather just come and steamroll over you, though. Collar and elbow. Oh! He dropped Al Perez. Al Perez, a youngster that I think has got a bright future in wrestling. Quiet. Dark and mysterious. Wendell Cooley, a kid with a lot of heart. What a great opportunity here today. Wendell's fought real hard. He hasn't beat a lot of people, but he's sure been in there and giving it 100%.
And Dr. Death trying to stay in there with Al Perez to keep him from tagging in Wendell Cooleyville.
Tag is made. Cooley behind Al Perez. I don't think Doc saw the tag. Oh, tremendous move. Double drop kick. Sweet Tan and Dr. Death out on the floor. And boy, at this time, due to commercial commitments, we're forced to break away, but I think you've instructed Oil Link to keep the cameras running.
Right, in case there's a decision, you'll see it. So we'll be right back.
We'll come back on the air. As you can see, the Mid-South Tag Title match still in progress. Bruiser Bob Sweet Tan, the man brought in to the Superdome inside the steel cage. No disqualification. Jake the Snake, the Barbarian against Dr. Death and Ted DiBiase, the man brought in to be the official, who in that bout double-crossed Jake the Snake and the Barbarian and helped DiBiase and Dr. Death retain the title. He is now in the abdominal stretch, standing abdominal stretch. He's so short and squat and stocky. Weighs in excess of 300 pounds. Of Cooley couldn't keep the leg locked in, and Sweet Tan, an experienced man, former Brass Knucks champion and North American title holder, hip-tossed him out. But this young team going for the gold. Everything to gain and nothing to lose. Keep tagging that fresh man in. Sweet Tan missed on that one. Tag is made. Wendell Cooley and Al Perez putting their teamwork together there, trying to keep the big man off balance. Armbar.
Armbar with pressure by Wendell Cooley, at the same time keeping him in the center of the ring where he's unable to tag in Dr. Death Steve Williams.
What a match next week. Sweet Tan and them truly do live up to their verbal commitment. Grizzly can hold them to it. You better get ink on the line right after today's show, because you'd have Jake the Snake and Barbarian next week against them for the Mid-South titles. That's a real treat for the fans at home. You know, the Barbarian is obsessed with winning the title. I think with Jake the Snake, it's more money, and he's also very upset about what happened to him in the Superdome. But Barbarian has been obsessed with winning a title. He's after Reed, he's after everybody. He's just like a man that's come out of a dream or something, and just decided he wants to be a champion. He is what an awesome, powerful individual.
money, prestige, power, and titles right here on Mid-South next week.
Well, we've got Al Perez in the ring now. Armbar that can put a lot of pressure on the elbow joint. Get rid of a tennis elbow and hyper-extending the elbow. Well, that hold right there, that armbar that gets locked out, he keeps under that elbow. That creates that same type of pain, but with a lot more force. Arm whip in the turnbuckle. Here comes Doc. Took that charge that made him a starting guard at the University of Oklahoma, but Al Perez got out of the way.
Al Perez from Tampa, Florida, tagging his partner from San Antonio, Wendell Cooley.
Wendell Cooley. Arm bar. These kids are very smart, and your strategy calls for operating on one guy. You develop a weakness, and you stay after. There's got Dr. Death down for the count. But Doc powers out. I think it's going to be a lot more substantial pinning combination. Keeps Doc down.
You hit it just right, Bill, because Wendell Cooley and Al Perez have been tagging in frequently, at the same time keeping Bruiser Sweetan and Dr. Death away from the corner where they're unable to tag in.
Yeah, that fast tagging is the key to it, Boyd. When you've got young men like that in there, you don't let Doc and Bruiser Sweetan get you over in their corner. You keep a fresh man on them. There you see Dr. Death again caught in that corner. Again, the legal tag and the quick tag in. Doc trying to get over to Sweetan to make the tag. And Boyd again. Well, we'll stay with it a second longer here. Looks like Sweetan's tagged in. A fresh man finally. Sweetan kicking it into gear. Head scissor. Wide head scissor. Japanese arm drag. Wendell Cooley showing just how quick he is. I think he's geared to the ceiling for this one. This is the biggest chance he's ever had. Sweetan driving that knee. Boyd work going to be forced again to pull away for a commercial commitment. However, I know you've instructed early to stay with it.
Stay with it all the way. Any kind of decision, we'll be able to see it. We'll return in just a moment.
Rejoining this match for the Mid-South Tag Team titles. It's been a grueling match, something we've not seen in a long time on Mid-South. We've been through 2 commercial commitments, and these men still in the ring, still battling them. I think Sweetan and Dr. Death was so confident that they would never dream they'd be pushed to the wall by this young team. This often happens. The old pros get overconfident. It happened the other day in a tennis match. The #1 seed had to fight his life off for over 4 hours just to stay in the tournament in the first round. So oftentimes this happens, and these youngsters with everything to gain and nothing to lose have been valiant in their efforts thus far. But Dr. Death with that front face lock and Sweetan with that about 315 pounds and that short, stocky frame, looks like they're starting to wear him down. But Al Perez, like a cage lion, pacing out there, and the crowd, I think, now is finally starting to get behind these young men. I think the crowd, too, thought that they were going to be just a couple of more examples on the sacrificial block for Dr. Death and Bruiser Sweetan, and we've seen something. Can't remember when the last time we saw it here on Mid-South, where it's gone through 2 commercial breaks, and these youngsters are still at it. Now Sweetan starting to try to distract the referee, shows a little bit of desperation possibly setting in the champions. They thought that this would be kind of a cakewalk.
Now you hear Al Perez giving vocal support to Wendell Cooley.
Front face lock. That's a grueling hold because the man on top, you're supporting his weight, his strength. There's very few outs on it. He can hold you there. He can lean on you. He can cut off your oxygen supply. And if you're a little bit shady, as far as the rules go, you can slip it up on the carotid and make it almost a stranglehold or a blood choke. Cooley fighting for his life out there with Dr. Death. It's Dr. Death, a man in tremendous condition. Barry Switzer said if he'd had Doc in that kind of condition when he was at the University of Oklahoma, that it would have just been unbelievable what all he's done, and he already rewrote many records.
You know, guys, right here, man, it's some old school wrestling, man, right down here, man. And you know,
we lost Dr. Death just here recently.
Dr. Death, yeah, he got a good run with WCW, WWE, and also Mid-Atlantic,
Yeah,
man. And
wherever he went, he was a top billed guy.
And Wendell Cooley was in here. He wrestled.
Wildcat Wendell Cooley. Yeah, we got a. You know, I can remember that we had to turn people away when we run Holston Recreation Center, man. This is back in '91, and it was hair versus hair, and I lost my hair that night, and I can remember the sheriff department come in there and told us we had to get the cars off the side of the road. We had so many people in that wreck that we had to turn people away. Well, that wreck's, you know, it's not big enough anyway. It's a basketball court, you know, and that's the thing about it. You know, we go to bigger places, man. And I'm pretty sure that this Holston Middle School will be packed that night. And like I said, you know, I know there's a lot of people, you know, that likes old school wrestling, and that's what TMW is all about. You know, let's see if we can take some calls right here. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Go ahead.
Do you have any wrestling tapes of Whitey Caldwell?
Whitey Caldwell. I've got one wrestling tape with Whitey Caldwell and don't have any sound on it. They've got to be somebody's got some tapes around. I know that Ron Wright did it one time and his basement flooded out and don't have any. But they've got to be somebody that's got some old wrestling tapes. I mean, you know, they talk about Whitey Caldwell. Whitey Caldwell got a good run with Wild World of Wrestling, man. Can you imagine what he would do today if he got in there today?
Yeah.
I mean, they would just
Make the call that takes care of it all. When you need.
The phones are blowing up.
Man, they're blowing up tonight. No private phone calls in here. We're not taking no private calls. If push star 82 if you know how to unblock it. But you know, you talk about old school wrestling, and you know, 1 week from this Saturday night on the 26th, we got a special show with Holston Middle School at 7:30. Doors will open at 6:30. We got his buddy, the Gladiator,
with a mystery manager. That we'll announce who that is next week.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. If he gets around me, I'll personal slap him. I'm just telling you that right there. I mean, I don't.
He promises that he's got somebody that can take care of you. That's been taking care of a lot of people for a lot of years.
Well,
so
I'm just sitting here telling you. I kind of got a good idea who he is, but that's okay. You go ahead. And also, you know, we got some special referees on this show. We've got Sherry Witt. It's going to be she told me the other day, she said, Cherry, I've never has been in a wrestling ring. And she said, if it's for this officer, anything to help the community of Knoxville, Tennessee, she said, I'll do it. Sherry Witt doesn't know anything about wrestling. I mean, you know, she watches our show week after week. We know everybody's calling her and everything. But, you know, we know Sherry Witt is going to be a special referee, and you got somebody else going to be a special referee.
There's a young lady named Tiffany that's going to be a special referee, and I know everybody will be interested to see her.
Okay, and then we got Jimmy Golden's going to be there, right? Jimmy Golden.
The TMW heavyweight champion.
And let's see, we got the Patriot.
Patriot will be there.
Returning back. Who's returning back that night? Been gone for a while.
Dylan
Van Dam.
Dylan will be back this on the 26th. And, you know, JT Coal Miner will be there.
Hillbilly Joe.
and also Pete will be there. I mean, a lot of the guys is coming out and donate their time to help this cause, man. And the only thing we do is ask everybody to please come out. And also, Steve Griffin's a special referee.
Yeah,
We
Steve
can't leave
Griffin.
can't
Leave Steve
can't leave
out.
Steve out. Steve said, I know a lot about balls, but ball games and stuff. He said, I've never been in a wrestling ring. And Steve is over the school system. The what is it he
School
does?
security, school police.
And if he puts it out and puts all his people, all his people will come out, and then with the sheriff department and KPD and firemen, I mean, we're pretty sure we can fill this building up, just with people that knows this policeman that we're going to help.
He's a great guy. Been around for a long time. Made a lot of good friends, so we know a lot of people's going to come out.
Let's take this next call. Go ahead, 1435.
Got tapes on the Giant.
Got any tapes of Andre the Giant? Yes, we do. Andre the Giant has passed away, and we do have tapes of Andre the Giant, and we'll try to get that on the next week or two. But this is every Wednesday night, wrestling fans, that we're on here 8 to 9 every Wednesday, and and we'd like everybody to tune in on Saturday mornings. You can rewatch this tape right here this Saturday morning, because a lot of people's lights and out towards East Knoxville, and so they're calling on the phone. Said please replay the tape, but you can see it Saturday morning at 11 o'clock, the Terry Landell show. So if you want to watch it. Hello. Hello? But, Ron, some of the tapes, a lot of people's asked about Ronnie Garvin, some of the old tapes. And I'll tell you what, on next week's TV, we'll come up with a tape of Ronnie Garvin versus Ric Flair. Let's come up with that. We've got that in the can. And, some of the old tapes when Ronnie, let's start him out, when Ronnie started out right here in Knoxville, and he is win as Mr. Knoxville. And who is this one right here up on
This is the Devil's Duo. This is from All Star Wrestling.
Now they got a good run with All Star. Them boys right there. So you don't see
with Easy Slapowitz.
Yeah, you don't see none of this old school like this right here, man, anymore. They want to try to do, the young generation wants to try to do all this high flying and everything, and that referee right there, a local referee, Randy Vault, went to Fulton High School. Everybody remembers Randy Vault. You can catch him walking up down Broadway all the time. Oh, I mean, serious, you can, man. You catch him walking up down Broadway, going into stores, trying to get the bottles and stuff. But I mean, that's a true story. But tape froze, guys. Let's see what we can do. This tape's about over with. But wrestling fans, we've had a good 60 minutes here.
That's it.
So next Saturday night, the 26th, 2 days after Thanksgiving, we want to get everybody to come out to Holston Middle School. And we'll put that on Facebook, how to get there.
Yep. And
for everybody out of town watching this, but you can see every Wednesday night right here, old school wrestling right down here, man. And that's the thing about it. And let's take this call. Hello?
Mr. Terry.
Who's this?
Hey, this is Ray.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, I enjoyed y'all old school wrestling tape. That brings back all the memories.
Well, that does bring back some old memories. I mean, you talk about old school, man. That's what TMW. This new generation ain't going to happen, man. It's not going to. It's not going to happen. It's not going to fly. But a lot of people, I mean, man, they're calling left and right, and they're all wanting to call in and talk to us and everything. But our time's about up. You got anything you want to say right fast?
Need to ask you a question. Have you got any tapes of Rodney Gardner and Boris Malenko?
I have to look for that, but I'm pretty sure we do somewhere. We do have some of the old tapes. We have to look for that. So.
Okay. Well, tell you to finish having a good weekend.
All right, buddy. Wrestling fans, like we said, man, November the 26th, 2 days after Thanksgiving, on a Saturday night, 7:30, special show, hosting middle school. We want to make sure everybody comes out, hit Facebook, Tennessee Mountain Wrestling. Make sure that you watch the Terry Landale show every Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. And, watch us every Wednesday night right here at 8 o'clock. Tell your friends, call our wrestling hotline, 865-973-8092. We're the longest wrestling promotion that's ever been on this TV show. And we'd like to thank everybody for watching. We know they're in your house. For James Carson, Ron, and the Showtime, the K-Town Daddy, live right here. But wrestling fans, we're going to take one more call. Let's take a call right back. Hello? Hello?
I'm talking about your show I'm watching here.
What do you think about it, buddy?
Yeah, I like it, but what I just want to know, I've been watching it 2 or 3 weeks.
You better call back next week, baby. Our time's up. Go ahead and keep talking to me, though. Go ahead.
Okay, I was wondering about Ron and Don Green. I ain't heard nobody mention them.
Hey, can you call back in next week?
Yeah, I sure will.
Okay, thank you for watching, buddy.
All right, bye.
Time's up, bro.
Ron and